Hi Aries, welcome to your June 2019 Tarot and Astrology reading. Just wanted to thank you all so much for your likes, subscriptions, support, all of the support you've given this channel and me along this journey. I recently moved and started a new job, so I've been a little bit behind in the June readings and I realised how much I missed this. So your support and your views and your subscribers, all that stuff, it really helps me keep this channel going and it really helps me connect with you guys, and it is very important to me, and without you I would just be talking to myself. So on that note, let's get on with the reading. Aries. Who's talking too much and who's not talking enough? Do you know where you stand with everyone in your life that matters to you? The Sagittarius full moon is going to awaken your desire for freedom, expansion, and your ability to say who you are, what you want, and what you know. And anybody in your life that keeps questioning you and make you feel like your opinion doesn't matter is going to go. Anybody who you feel is not being entirely honest with you, who's keeping their opinions to themselves, they're going to go. Don't be surprised if your decisiveness about people in your surrounding circles, it gets a little bit muddled when Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces at the end of the month. You may worry you moved too quick, spoke too soon, and were too unsympathetic. You could be right. But you were coming at it from a point of defense. And if you were coming at it through a point of defense, there was some reason that you didn't feel you could trust the people that you cut off. However, when Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces, you may feel very, very confused about who it is that you want, and you may feel a little bit lonely, like you've done too much. You move very quick, and your emotions move quick, and sometimes other people find you doing your own thing threatening. Same as you find people keeping their cards too close to their chest threatening. And what happens this month may surprise you, because you may realize that in the midst of you feeling you made a decision, someone else had made a decision before you. And that's where you reevaluate your own actions. Knight of Cups, most likely romantic or a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. Page of Pentacles, an offer. The Sun in the positive position, the Four of Pentacles in the challenge, and the Two of Pentacles and the outcome. Weighing up the options, reevaluating your decision. What place did you come at with this relationship? It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Aries. So the Sun will be in Gemini for most of the month, and then it will move into Cancer, and we will go into eclipse season, taking on your family, your reputation, and your career. Until then, with the Sun in Gemini, right up until the summer solstice, you have a chance to shine a light on your innermost behaviors, your thoughts, and your feelings. Who has been keeping their cards too close to their chest, and why is it threatening you? Possibly you. Possibly you were the one keeping the information hidden from everybody else, and now you feel like you want to talk about it. For some people, it may feel a little late and a little insincere that all of a sudden you're interested in what they have to say. If it's the other way around, which it can be, you may feel a little bit closed off from these people or this person. You could be dealing with a Leo. We have very strong earth energy, so I assume some Aries people are dealing with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It would make sense that Capricorn energy is seeping through given the planetary activity, especially when we go into July and there is eclipses in the cardinals, which will affect you directly. The cardinal signs, as it were, with Saturn and Pluto retrograding in your career sector, your reputation sector, you may feel a little bit under fire about who you are and what you offer. Or you may be a little bit hypersensitive to it. With the Knight of Cups, an offer of peace, an offer of reconciliation, an offer, an offer of romance, an offer of friendship is coming sincerely. The problem is one of you is closed off to the offer. So one of you is making the offer, one's closed off, vice versa. Now, let's pull a couple of cards from the bottom on this Two of Pentacles, why you're weighing up the decision the way you are. Because there's history, Six of Cups. There's a very strong connection between your souls. Oh my goodness, 10 of Cups. Wow. Goodness. Whew. Do you know, I wasn't actually expecting that. I'm going to be honest. This is kind of brilliant. So, you know who it is that has been this Four of Pentacles personality. You know who the person is that's been held off. For many Aries people, the concern of money is strong. The concern of the financial agreements and arrangements are strong. I understand that. We had that Scorpio full moon in your 8th house of joint resources, and you're kind of feeling a little bit as though joint resources and partnerships are a challenging thing, especially if you got burned during that Scorpio full moon. Now, Aries, what I want to tell you is that speaking truthfully and speaking honestly during Gemini season, especially with Venus there as well, you will find that somebody's heart is a lot more sincere and heartfelt and deep and meaningful and compassionate than you thought it was initially. And perhaps that is the reason why you didn't want to speak. You're weighing up the options whether it's safe to speak, and you will discover in June that it is. And the other person, coincidentally, will discover that it is. It is somewhat important that the truth comes out before Cancer season. If you can use the full moon in sunny Sagittarius to speak about your true feelings, because if full moon in fellow fire sign energy is going to activate your emotions strongly. If you can find a way to communicate how you feel and not be so closed off from the person that you're dealing with, you may find everlasting happiness. You may feel a soul connection. And as we all know, love is like a mirror. I wrote about this in my Instagram post about Venus and Gemini. You get back reflected to you what you're putting out. So check your vibration, check your expectations. If you have been quite closed off for fear of pain, suffering, or hurt, you will be receiving people that also have those feelings. It may be worth examining that. Reach out. Tell the person. Talk about things. Talk about your feelings. Talk about your past hurts. Talk about your past relationships. Talk about why you think you might be the way you are about certain things. Talk to them about why they are about certain things. Why does that happen? Don't be pushy. Don't be brash. Don't be too blunt. But be thoughtful. With Mercury in Cancer, we have an ability to listen to other people's feelings and really talk about the past in a way that can teach you how to more appropriately approach the future. 6 of Cups leading to 10 of Cups. Will it last? It very well might. When we get to Leo season as well, you have a lot of love coming to you. A lot of good feelings. And on the 1st of July, Mars moves into Leo. There's the Leo energy there. Oh, 10 of Pentacles. Happily ever after and stability. So what's the deal? Well, you can't actually get to the 10 of Pentacles as the 4 of Pentacles person. You have to drop the pentacle first. You have to drop your guard first. You have to drop your pretenses first. You have to drop your mask of perfection first. You have to be sincere. The other person knows that too. If you're dealing with somebody, whether it's in business or whether it's in romance, There's a relationship that requires honesty. There's a relationship that requires communication. And there's a relationship that requires balance. Aries, I don't want to upset you, but you can be a bit selfish about your needs and your time. Just an FYI, you don't mean to be, not bashing you, but it sometimes comes out in relationships. And it's not because that's your intention. You're not sitting there thinking, I'm gonna be selfish. Me, 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 me. It's actually just because that's in tune with you. You just know to fulfill your own needs and to have your needs met. That's brilliant. It's actually a great thing. To another person who's more sensitive, be it a water sign maybe, or be it an earth sign, because water and earth are very different to fire, they may find your approach a little bit selfish because you're trying to hold it all together because you're stressed. Gemini season can be very, very stressful. Let's see what the animal cards have to say. Oh, yes. I got the eye of the tiger. Tiger, zebra. A lot of stripes, and the snake. Now, the snake is incredibly spiritual. Incredibly so, but the tiger. The tiger is fierce. Now, the tiger, I don't think, has come up for many of the signs to date. I don't recall it. It's very feminine energy. It's very fearless energy. Now, the tiger hunts at night. In the book, it says it's at one with the silence, fearing nothing. And the card reminds us, now that I'm reading from the book here, the card reminds us to take in the wild darkness to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hours, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. There's nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. So that full moon is going to be intense, and it's going to be a time for you to strike. It's a time for you to express your feelings, your emotions, and your desires, and watch them manifest, because the full moon is going to be manifesting something. And I think for you, it's a lot to do with your higher self. It's a lot to do with your love life. The zebra is someone who's very unique, very quirky, very aesthetically pleasing, someone who's really, they fascinate you, Aries. You don't lose interest in this person because they are so interesting. The thing about the zebra, though, is that although they're interesting and quirky and unique, they also have a sensitive side. They're very creative, and creative types are always quite emotional. The zebra also rules that faraway land travel sector, so that full moon being there is not a coincidence. Maybe plan a trip, maybe go on a trip, maybe feel more fulfilled and cultured. This person could have very different takes on the world, and they may be sensitive to your criticism. They could be very spiritual. They could be interested in tarot, astrology, philosophy, and some of it, although you understand it to an extent, you may sometimes bash their beliefs without meaning to, and they can pull back because of that. But you're very compatible with this energy. Even if it's career, because this can all be sort of in conjunction with your career, if you're feeling as though now is the time to strike during the full moon in Sagittarius, it probably is. If you want to ask to relocate, it's a very good time to ask. You're full of creative potential. Now I'm going to draw a love message before we move on to the extended. If you want to join me to the extended, we go in depth of who this person is, what the future it seems to be bringing you, what's at play here, and what that Four of Pentacles is doing, and why it's holding you back so much. Serendipity and love. A love that's meant to be, divine timing. This Six of Cups and Ten of Cups combination means business. Very exciting, Aries. I feel like there's a love relationship at play here that has staying power and a real chance of a happily ever after. I mean, can you see this? Can you see this? Beautiful. And it could very much, very, very much be a Cancer, because I feel as though this came up in the Cancer reading. It's kind of similar. Cardinal signs are really getting an awakening here, just in time for eclipse season. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the extended. Bye.